Hello, my name is William Bradley and welcome back to my channel. And today I'm going to be discussing an essay that I did my senior year of college. If you're not familiar with the school that I went to, please watch my other videos. Click this I right here. Also, I like this class because I had my professor named Param, and he is a really good professor at this school and he really cares about students. And I will show you that at the end of the video with the comment that I got back on this essay. Without further ado, I want to go over the prompts for this essay. And also, if you guys need any background context about why life sucks, he did an original 4-hour long video on YouTube that I would highly recommend if you have some extra time. I'll put it here on the I right here, and it basically talks about how why life sucks, and that video kind of changed my life and changed my perspective on things. I'm going to share with you the essay prompts and then I'm going to get into my actual essay. So for the first prompt, he says, listen to the story of the Mexican fisherman, also known as the irony of the rat race, and then comment what you take away from it. My professor also goes over robotic somnambulism. He talks about the irony of the rat race and waiting for Godot. There are some ways in which we become robots and mechanical and automated, living in some future but missing the beauty of life in the present. The mystics have reminded us that human beings are sleepwalking through life. In what ways do you see yourself sleepwalking through life? Being on an automatic mode and missing life. The next prompt discusses the chattering monkey. What did you take away from the chattering monkey metaphor? What does your chattering monkey keep saying to you? As we discussed, when you were small, your chattering monkey may have told you something like mine. It told me I sucked at math, that you came to believe in it, and it also became a part of your personality. What are some personality dimensions that you think that have become permanent now that you look back and see how this may be stuff you made up about yourself? Unsobbed tears. Param talks about experiences of shame and disappointment in our lives lead us to wear masks that cover up and compensate for humiliation. How I decided to pursue multiple degrees from insecurity of being seen as having a mental disability. How have your experiences of your quote-unquote breaking and belonging, oh shit, I'm on my own, have shaped the mask that you wear to get through life? What are some of the masks you see yourself wearing? The next prompt discusses what are the themes Param talked about and how are these very things we struggle against, resist, shall persist. If I fight my procrastination, I'm more likely to keep procrastinating. What are some things you think about that you have been struggling with and condemning yourself that you could come to greater peace by accepting in the paradoxical path to transformation? How do you relate to the quote-unquote idea of being? Remember how Param talks about the fact that we live our life like we need to have quote-unquote money in order to do what we most want to do in life. For example, take a vacation in Paris in order to be happy. But you could also be miserable in a 5-star resort in Paris, but joyous vacuuming your basement. What doors does this breakthrough open for you? Can you see any way in which you may be trapped in a have, do, be mental mode? So those were the prompts. And before I go into my essay, I'm going to say many people like my life and they think it is easy to a certain extent school-wise and how I grew up and everything. And I'm here to say that it is not easy and my life is not all that great all the time. I work very hard to get where I am. And you see some of the results right now. I'm still working on stuff to this day, and that's going to be a ongoing process as I go through life and I change and evolve. So I make mistakes, and you guys have also seen that in my other videos if you've been watching this channel, and that this is a journey and we all go through things, and just make sure you keep your head up.
Realize this is just a journey. Drop your worries. You are gonna turn out fine. Oh, you turn out fine. Fine. Oh, you turn out fine. But you gotta keep your head up. Oh.
And that you don't give up on your goals and you don't just think, okay, life sucks. Why am I here? What am I doing? And really question yourself and have some goals for yourself and make sure you're accomplishing the things that you need to do. Let's go on to my essay. The irony of the rat race that Param narrates shows how a Mexican fisherman versus an American business professor represents different viewpoints on achieving the same dream, but with different methods. The irony of the story is the Mexican fisherman has achieved his dream of getting out of the rat race by being on an island, having only to fish 1 hour a day and have free time throughout the day. However, the American business professor explains he can improve the life of the Mexican fisherman by showing the Mexican fisherman a better way to increase his productivity by creating a business, having people work for him, and moving off the island to run the business as opposed to daily fishing for 1 hour a day. After having people work for him and developing a huge successful business, the Mexican fisherman can then retire from that business to an island to fish for 1 hour a day and eventually achieve his dream of getting out of the rat race as stated above. In this story, the main point is everything is always better tomorrow and that there is a ladder of success and you need to climb that ladder of success because at the end of it, there's a pot of happiness or gold waiting for you. What I took away from the story is that modern life and society wants us to climb these ladders to feel that we've made it to a particular destination, and in each culture in the world has their own vision of what life is about. For example, in doing-oriented cultures, the belief is that your life is about accomplishing things and doing something with your life. I see myself sleepwalking through life by having so much of a routine. I have a schedule and planner and I usually plan out my days or weeks in advance. If there is an unscheduled event or new plan happening, it is hard for me to adjust quickly depending on the situation. I drive to school or places with navigation apps on my phone all the time. I honestly have no idea of the actual directions to places that I go sometimes when I get in my car. I am an automatic person most of the time with my routines such as driving to school and making sure my lunch is packed on certain days. I eat some of the same things for lunch and dinner and don't have many varieties in my meal. I would say I miss life sometime by not always finding time to just exist in a sense by being with nature and doing nothing. I think the chattering monkey metaphor is actually your fears, worries, or insecurities that an individual feels on a daily basis. We all have the chattering monkey in the back of our minds when things go well or bad. We focus much of our chattering monkey when it seems to be a negative situation and does not have any positive aspects of the situation when we don't know all of the facts. For example, a friend could call you on the phone each week, and then when that friend does not answer or return your call, your chattering monkey thinks your friend is upset and does not like you, when in reality sometimes your friend has had a busy week or they honestly forgot to call you that week. Currently, my chattering monkey says I just want to graduate and be done with school already so I can make more money and don't have to constantly hear my family in the background ask when am I going to be done with school. When I grew up as a child, my chattering monkey told me that I sucked at reading and writing and I thought I would struggle with this task my whole life. Some personality dimensions of my chattering monkey voice has been permanent due to the fact that other people are still criticizing my reading and writing skills. Looking back now, my chattering monkey's voice from childhood, it was not wrong because I didn't understand that my reading and writing skills could be improved, but would take multiple years to see improvement for myself to notice. Some masks that I see myself wearing are hiding my real emotions and fears about a situation. My mask comes from deep wounds in childhood. There were situations in school and in my life where I could not show my real emotions towards a situation because of my own fear of being judged by others. Throughout life, I have been through situations where I have had quote-unquote unsobbed tears since I had to be put in a situation where I had to grow from adversity and hardships very quickly and act mature in a situation. In addition, sometimes I have been in a situation where I was asked, "How are you doing?" And even though I was dying inside to say or tell someone otherwise, I answered, "I'm fine, thanks," or something similar to that response. One thing that I have been struggling against is my laziness. I have a good work ethic for the most part, but I am lazy on other parts since I don't like the fact that it takes a lot of hard work to achieve a specific goal. I have come to realize greater peace by just accepting that it takes hard work to achieve a goal and that you have to be held accountable by others. In In my personal transformation, I've had to adapt and rethink of new strategies to accomplish my goals without being lazy. In addition, I have had to realize being lazy only wastes your time, does not actually achieve your desired goals, that you're not always rewarded for just showing up and being present in life. Being lazy is good in a sense because spending some unproductive time can help a person cope with stress. Furthermore, taking breaks and being quote unquote lazy will eventually prevent you from running your body out of energy and focus. Overall, I should accept the fact that I struggle with being lazy sometimes because it helps my stress level. I relate to the idea of being by understanding the concept of being is intangible. The idea of being is being able to understand your own surrounding and others. We can feel each other's state of being, but we can't see our own state of being. We sometimes have a being mindset that we need to have money to do things such as taking a vacation somewhere in order to be happy. Being happy should not depend on what you do and what you have in life. The doors that this breakthrough opens for me is understanding the fact that people do not need money in order to truly be happy with life. For example, you could be miserable in an amusement park but joyous meditating in a garden. Overall, I feel trapped in the sense of I need money to always be doing something and to get money by being happy. That is the end of my essay. Also, I'm going to be putting up what my teacher said for the comments on my essay right here on the screen so you guys can see that. Okay, thank you guys for watching this video again. I hope you learned something about why life sucks and this changes your perspective on life. And see you guys.
Oh, please just drop a like.